Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of the Lazaretto podcast, featuring me, Ben, and 2 other people who will now introduce themselves.
All right. It's me again, Jake, on episode 2. Here comes the next one.
And it's Darnell again. For those of you who didn't tune in to last episode.
So, well, that was a good intro. That was good. We're getting a little smoother at this. Just bear with us through these episodes. And Ben's Kylo Ren voice from last episode. We don't know.
I don't know what happened with it.
We don't know. He's on Starkiller Base or something.
Yeah.
So, since last time, we've all done a few different things. Not much, but for myself, I've watched a few movies. I've watched The Invisible Man, 10 out of 10, spectacular, by the way. Ben, have you seen that one yet?
No, I probably never will.
Oh, dude, watch it. It is great. Probably the best suspense movie that's come out in years.
Really?
Really.
More suspenseful than like A Quiet Place?
Yes.
I thought A Quiet Place was really good.
Quiet Place was excellent. I can't wait to see the second one. Yeah. But I've watched that, and for those that are tuning in from Harlan, Kentucky, and that are from there, I watched Above Suspicion. I can't tell you how I watched it.
Did you watch like the Turkish pirated version or whatever?
Something like that.
someone who isn't me watched it. Yeah.
Someone who isn't me that watched it. And guess what? In one scene, I saw my wife, Kelsey.
Doesn't she like do drugs in that scene or something?
Yeah, I just see her peek around the corner. It's pretty funny. I keep saying my baby doll's a star. She don't care for it too much. But I see why it didn't get a major release. I don't know how they got Emilia Clarke, Jack Houston, and Johnny Knoxville on such a just cheap-looking movie. It looked like I did it on my iPhone.
Really?
Yeah, it really did.
I mean, is that because...
No, it ain't because
it's Turkish bootleg or because it just looked cheap?
It just looked like they put the wrong filter over it. Like they made it look like everything just looked dark green for whatever reason. And that was a filter. It wasn't just because I was watching it. I mean, my friend was watching it somewhere. But a good story based on true. But anyway, if you can find that on wherever.
That's weird. Like the movie just literally just never got released.
It got released in Lebanon.
Yeah, I didn't know that people like made whole movies and didn't actually release them. You know,
but yeah,
it seems like a huge
post-production hell.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Everybody gets paid. I mean, Kelsey, she got paid for her extra business. It's funny that
paid?
I can't remember. I think it was minimum wage, but she ended up being like time and a half at some point. She was up there for like 16 hours, and for her to literally be in just one quick frame is wow. Like they paid a lot of people just to be in one quick frame.
Huh.
So yeah, interesting. Anyway, today we're going to talk about. We're going to take it off a less serious note. We talked about the Roni last time. This episode is slightly different because it is a pre-episode, and we won't do these every week. It's just when we have a longer episode with a lot more content that can be broken up into 2. That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, we're talking about high school.
When we all peaked.
No. Luckily, Ben, Darnell, and myself, we've not peaked.
I think I peaked in high school, honestly.
Really?
It's been downhill from there in a lot of ways. Well, I think like mentally I've obviously learned a lot. I think I'm wiser now, but I think in terms of like being the big man on campus or whatever you want to call it, I definitely peaked in high school. But that's just me.
I don't think anybody in our group peaked.
No.
That's funny.
Not really. I don't know. I think we still got some more potential to do. like to do a lot more stuff because it seems like anybody that reaches their high point in high school. I mean, they like go on to do stuff, but it's like kind of the like where you're on the top, and then now you're just like in the middle of everybody else.
Yeah.
The normies, I guess. You're like a normie.
There's nothing
The
wrong.
plebe.
There's nothing wrong with being a plebeian, though.
I feel like we're all plebeians.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see any of us wearing our Letterman jackets.
No, you don't have to wear a Letterman jacket to
At my-
be in high school, but
At my place of work, I did see a guy who looks about in his 30s, and he was wearing a freaking Letterman jacket out of work. And me and my friends, we busted out laughing at that because I don't know, man.
I
Who
don't
does
know.
that?
I mean, I do feel like the farther out I get from high school, the more I do sort of look back on it with like rose-colored glasses. But then I have to stop myself and think like there were definitely a lot of terrible parts to it that I'm just kind of glazing over. So I guess I understand a little why someone would, do the whole Letterman jacket thing, like the whole Hank Hill, like high school. Isn't it like Hank Hill was kind of like big man on campus in high school?
He was.
The football team or whatever.
There's an episode where Bobby's asking his dad, he's like, "Is this what you did when you got bullied?" Then he's like,
"Oh yeah, I remember that."
But
he was the one bullying people or whatever.
So we're 5 years out of graduating, class of 2015 right here. That's crazy.
Yeah, I still remember being in 8th grade and we got our class shirts that said class of 2015. And I was like, man, so far away.
Future. That's the future right there. I remember seeing those signs. Class of 2015 got best reading score.
Yeah, something like that.
But let's talk about Ben. You came to Harlan Elementary, 2nd grade.
Yeah, it's not high school, but yeah, sure.
I'm just finding the origins here, man.
Captain America, the first Avenger.
First Avenger.
Clever to say. I came to Harlan in 2nd grade because I was in the nunnery from kindergarten through 1st grade, and then they closed the nunnery. Did I ever what?
Did you ever get disciplined?
No, that's not a thing. I mean, I liked my nuns.
In all the porns I've watched, it's a thing.
No. My nun teacher was Sister Mary Claire.
Shout out, Sister Mary Claire.
Sister Mary Claire, who now I think lives in, there's like the nuns live in a convent. She lives in northern Kentucky now. She was really nice. She taught me to write in cursive. If I was good, I could play on the computer, that sort of thing. No one got beaten or anything, to my knowledge.
That's kind of sad to hear.
But I came to Harlan in 2nd grade, and all kind of went downhill from there. So.
So I remember meeting you in 2nd grade. So let me take another step back. Darnell, I've known you since what, preschool?
Yeah, I'd say since I guess Sunshine, right?
Yeah. So preschool K4. Me and Darnell's been rolling for a long time, and we went to the same church a few times. Started out, I won't name that church, but you know who you are.
Worship.
Whoa, man! I gotta take that one
up. This is muckraking journalism, man. Okay.
True. But anyway.
Yeah, we're the muckrakers. Shout out to U.S. history.
The burger flipper.
So, anyway, Darnell.
No. Oh wait, what were you going to say? Go.
Darnell and we've been we've been chilling for a long time, been best friends for a long time. Me and Darnell got separated there for a couple years, right, Darnell?
Yes,
Or was it?
I guess it was third grade because I mean, we were like the two rooms were like beside of each other, but still there was a wall that
There was a wall.
destroyed a blossoming friendship.
Free Donald Trump, and they put a wall up between two best buddies because we couldn't stop laughing in class. I'm pretty sure every year of school, ever besides senior year, a teacher has told my mother at parent teacher conference. I think my mom just gave up senior year, and but they've told my mom, and I'm pretty sure they've told your mom. They're good students. They just can't quit laughing.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to think that like a lot of teachers didn't actually mind that. Like, I know if I were a teacher, like obviously you all were good kids. It was just you loved cutting up, and you know, like it might have gotten obnoxious for the teacher eventually. But I mean,
Oh, dude, it was extreme levels of not obnoxious. I remember thinking like, I mean, I didn't think at that point in time, but thinking back now, I'm like, dang, those teachers, if they had paddles, they would have whooped us. It was going beast mode.
they're like a horse.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like I wouldn't say it was every class, but if it was like, but like the days that it would happen, it would be like the whole class, and then like you finally calm down for the last 7 minutes, but at that point it's already over, so the whole class is ruined, I guess.
Gotcha.
But I mean, they only call us out 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 times, but it wasn't like every single class is like, maybe out of the 6 or 7, it may be like 1 or 2 of them.
I remember.
Just depending on the day, I guess.
It depended on the day. I remember in second grade, that one teacher, she's like, if you boys don't quit laughing, I'm gonna separate you. And then I remember glancing over at Darnell and just busting out laughing. Because I mean, when someone tells you not to laugh, you're gonna laugh.
Yeah.
No, I do remember like in the younger days, because I think the trio of us three didn't really like unite till maybe like 7th or 8th grade, like totally. Maybe, I don't know, like it didn't really solidify until then.
So I'll speed up from there. I remember meeting being in second grade, and we had mutual friends. It was me, you, Cameron, Tyler.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the crew. And I know you all had other friends other than that, but that was kind of the 4 that hung out, like from 2nd to 4th grade. And well, I mean, even 5th and 6th grade. 6th grade, puberty started happening, maybe even a little bit before then, who knows. And
definitely
drama between friend group, and passing away of a father of one of the friends, which is still heartbreaking to me.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 friends leave the group, and then 7th grade, me and Ben become best friends. So it's like, if I remember correctly, it was like me, you, Isaiah, and Darnell. And that was like this odd 4.
It was an odd trio, but it worked, I guess. It
worked, and I have great memories sleeping with the sharks and stuff like that.
Man, that was a terrible memory for me.
Why was it terrible?
So 7th grade for me was maybe a little difficult because my best friend Tyler had just moved away, and so like we hadn't really become good friends yet. Like we were friends and stuff, but like it wasn't really like, I think in my mind I really felt like you and Darnell had your own thing going on, and I wasn't really like a part of that yet. So I remember sleeping with the sharks. I was like maybe sort of like in my own little wherever, like I wasn't near you guys or anything, and like I was trying to sleep or whatever, and I was just like lying there, and I had my knees pulled up, like my knees were like up, and Coach Bates was like making his rounds playing football trivia or whatever it was. And he like tripped over my knees, and then he like went off on me. Like he wasn't like that mad. He was just like, "Good God, son, what are you doing?" I think I cried a little because I just felt like so lonely. And Coach Bates,
Nobody's here to play.
Master Bates was
Roid raging on you.
Yeah, I mean, like he wasn't that mad. It was just I was already having a bad time. Like, but I do remember hearing you guys like on the other end of the tunnel having a good time. So.
That's so sad. I just in my sweeping bag. Quiet.
I was crying in my bag.
I was crying in my sweeping bag all alone.
And this big scary man. He was a good guy or whatever, but
I was just trying to play Star Fox on my DS.
Like Star Fox on my DS in my sweeping bag. But yeah, and then from that day forward, I knew what I had to do.
Your damn legs. That's what
I never moved my legs again. But anyway.
So from that point on, let's see. 8th grade was just odd. I guess 7th and 8th grade was like all girls for me. I was just chasing random girls.
Because me and Ben, like, I guess you were on one. I guess we remember we went to Dollywood 8th grade.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess I'm not going to name who it was, but
I appreciate that. It saves a fight.
Jacob, but it'll save him his marriage. Trust me. And Jacob had, was doing his romantic things as all young lads do, and me and Ben we were just like, me and Ben were on our own, like, so I guess what we're going to do, we just started riding different rides, and then finally we like settled on Thunderhead is like a general consensus, and we like rode it 8 times.
Yeah, we rode Thunderhead like 8 times. Yeah, that was kind of the birth of, that was that I feel like a lot of friendships have that like 1 or 2 or like handful of days that really make the spark hit or whatever. Because I had known Darnell and I way back in the Stone Age went to swimming lessons together. So really, I might have met Darnell maybe just a little after Jacob did. Because I remember, like, this has to be some of my earliest memories, but I remember going to swimming lessons. And, like, the 2 things I remember from swimming lessons was Darnell wouldn't swim, he wouldn't actually swim. He would walk on the bottom of the pool and act like he was swimming. And I racially profiled him because of that for the rest of the time. No, I'm just kidding. But I remember that. And then I also didn't want my mom to leave me at swimming lessons, and I threw like a monumental fit, which I'm sure Darnell remembers.
Yeah, I remember
Darnell's perspective of that.
I was like, it was just like this, white child in the water,
white
like screaming.
Reenact it, Darnell. Reenact it.
I can't, like, I don't know, man. That was like a new level of throwing a fit. It was like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know, man. He was on like, he was like had an Adderall withdrawal or something. was raging on people.
I was raging. But I remember after I calmed down, my mom had remember they might still sell them, but they had those like Pringle cans, but they had like the cheese puffs in them.
Yeah.
I had some cheese puffs.
Max.
And that was like, tranquilizers or something in them.
She put some ZQL in there.
She put some ketamine.
Got some ketamine in them cheese puffs there.
But yeah, so that was the first Avengers story of me and Darnell.
Man, that's beautiful. I remember that day, y'all walking. I remember looking, because they had that. What's that thing at Dollywood? They had it's like you had a vest on and you'd walk around. It's like adventure. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. They
Yeah,
removed it
something
now,
like
but it was some adventure thing. I was just chilling out with this other crew, and I remember seeing y'all walk on the blacktop, just walking the other way. I was like, no. But yeah, 8th grade. Shoot, you waste your time. You
Yeah.
waste your time on certain people in 8th grade. I imagine.
What else are you going to do? Are you going to
True.
you don't know things till you know them?
I remember hopping on like MSN Messenger, getting ready, got chat all night, going to chat all night. That's all we did. And but it's funny looking back, like things that I thought were crucial moments then of, oh no, she doesn't like me, but I'm going to keep chasing after her because she'll like me eventually. Oh no, I'm heartbroken. Like it doesn't matter now. There's bigger things.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective. That concludes this episode, and the rest will be in episode 3. We wanted to break it up to see how well it's received, because I don't think the world's ready to hear us talk for almost 2 hours. So we separate the high school episode, which will be episode 3, from this episode, which just deals with how we met and origins and stuff like that. So until the next one.